In 2010, Cameron Mackintosh, having seen Alfie Boe in Kismet, cast him as Jean Valjean in a spectacular concert celebrating the 25th anniversary of Les Misérables.
What I felt, and it possibly is why he wasn't terribly comfortable in the opera world, is that at that point in his life, his voice didn't sound operatic. It was a big voice. It was a lovely voice, but it didn't sound like it was being overproduced, which is essential for a musical. Because I mean, and particularly something like Les Misérables, which is a story that happens to be told through music.
Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy.
There's a lot about that song that you have to be aware of. There's the element that it is a prayer. Jean Valjean knows that he's going to die, and he wants his daughter to be protected, to be looked after, to be cared for and loved. I wanted to do something a little different, and I wanted to find the anger that Jean Valjean had with God. He spent 19 years in prison. Where was God then?
You can take, you can give, let him be, let him live.
I think it was entirely a career-defining moment.
People started taking a lot more interest in me as a singer and as a performer. Big performances on television, Royal Variety, doing things for the Olympics, and all my wishes started to happen.
I am a poor, wayfaring stranger.
Earlier in 2013, Alfie Boe returned to the historic Birchmere Music Hall in Washington, following his sellout concert there the previous year.
America has been part of my dreams for years. I'm married to American, and so I do feel at home here now whenever I come back. But there is that burning desire and that dream still to break it here as an artist.
I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there no more to roam.
I think if you can really break America, you're sort of on a way to breaking the world, really, and becoming an international performer, international singer.
Just looking at this particular section, and the first person that hits me is B.B. King, man. You know, to play the same stage as that guy. And then a little further back, you've got Johnny Cash and Billy Bragg, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and my goodness, Don Williams. My father was a big fan of Don Williams. King of country, really, Bill Monroe. You know, bluegrass and all that, and even good old Wayne Newton. Look at that, Vegas star. Amazing. Susan Tedeschi. Oh.
They've all moved away, said the voice of a stranger, to a beautiful land. Why the bright crystal see some beautiful day. I will meet them in heaven, where no one will be a stranger to me.
Is there a sense in which you're sort of bringing large parts of your childhood experience, your own background, and saying, look, I want to put this on stage as well, look at this as well as that?
It all goes back to that, Melvyn, because of my father's teaching, you know. My father, his education of the records that he played, you know. He didn't see any difference. He thought, why do I have to just like Richard Tauber or Paul Robeson when I really like Carl Denver and Frankie Lane, you know?
It is possible to cross over genres as a singer. You can be an opera singer who is also good in musicals, who might be good in rock and roll. I'm not so sure about that, though. The technique that you use is so different. And though obviously somebody like Alfie can switch from opera to musicals to singing ballads, because he's got a well-trained voice and he's got a safe, secure technique.
I think Les Misérables is about as operatic as Wagner's Ring. And that's why I think I could bring my style of singing to it, because it lent itself to my voice. I could do the acrobats and the dynamics that required to do it. So because of my training, I suppose. So I don't see any difference there.
Do you see this as a sort of, in some way, a mission, really, that you're going to do this?
I think it's become one, but without me really realising. You know, I didn't. It didn't start as being a mission because it just felt natural. It felt right, and it didn't feel like there was a problem. And I didn't think that I would encounter so much anxiety from people about it.
What is this anxiety? What is it that you're encountering that you feel disturbed by?
When I started working initially in this business, people were saying, we have to really know what you are and who you are as a singer. Because if you can't decide where you are, then and you want to do it all, then it's too confusing for the audience. I don't think that's true at all. I think people like music, no matter what it is.
What do you yourself get out of singing?
What do I get out of it? When I finish singing it, I get a real sense of achievement. When I'm in the middle of singing it, I just basically get out of the song what I'm saying, because whenever I sing it, I'm trying to saturate myself in what it's all about and really believe what I'm saying.
Il fiume cammina, io lo seguo per te, mi trascina con sé, travolge il mio cuore. Vedo un'ombra lontana, una stella lassù. Oh, chitarra romana, accompagnami tu. Impoverata, accompagnami in sordina.